Miyamoto Musashi used to care what everyone thought. He sought approval like everyone else. Then something changed. He stopped caring entirely. That's when he became legendary. 61 duels, never lost once. Studying his transformation revealed 3 shifts that made this possible. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how he did it. Starting with the moment everything changed. Act 1. The Trap. Most people right now are sitting in a waiting room, waiting for the right moment, waiting for more knowledge, waiting for someone to tell them they're ready. Here's the problem. That waiting room has no exit. Young Musashi sat in that same room. He trained under masters who told him when to act. He followed the rules. He waited for approval before every move. Then came the Battle of Sekigahara. His side lost. His clan scattered. Every authority figure who was supposed to guide him, gone. And in that moment, something became clear. Nobody was coming to give him permission anymore. Nobody cared if he succeeded or failed. He was completely alone. Most people would break there. Musashi did something different. He realized the waiting room was a trap. Not because it's comfortable, because it keeps you powerless. Look around you right now. Everyone's waiting, waiting for the economy to improve, waiting for the perfect plan, waiting for confidence to appear, waiting for someone to believe in them first. The entire system profits from this. Educational institutions sell you another degree, courses sell you another module, gurus sell you another secret. They need you waiting, because the moment you stop, they lose control. Musashi stopped waiting at 17. No degree, no certification, no master's blessing, he just started. And here's what nobody tells you about that decision. The real trap isn't other people judging you. It's the imaginary audience you created in your head. Right now, you're probably thinking about what people will say about you watching this video, what they'll think about your goals, whether they'll judge your next move. Here's the truth. They're not thinking about you at all. They're too busy worrying about their own invisible audience. Act 2. The 3 truths. Truth 1. Private work beats public performance. The work nobody sees builds the results everyone wants. After Musashi disappeared from public view, people assumed he quit, retired, got soft. They were wrong. He was training harder than ever, just with 0 witnesses. Mountains, caves, isolated villages, 30 years of daily practice, sword work, meditation, writing, painting, every single day. No validation that he was on the right path. When he finally emerged, he was unbeatable. Not because he suddenly got talented, because he spent decades building real skill while everyone else was performing fake success. Here's what's happening right now in your life. You're spending more time showing your work than doing your work. Gym selfies instead of actual training. Screenshot your schedule instead of following it. Post about your goals instead of hitting them. And there's a reason for this. The system profits from your performance. Social media makes money when you're posting, not when you're producing. Every like keeps you documenting instead of building. Every comment pulls you back to the app. The algorithm needs your attention. It doesn't care about your results. Your competition figured this out. While you're performing productivity, they're being productive. While you're building an audience, they're building a skill. Different outcomes. Think about it. Musashi's opponents had bigger schools, more students, more recognition. Everyone knew their names. Where are they now? Forgotten. Musashi trained alone in silence. Now millions study his work 400 years later. Here's what changes when you go private. First hour of every day, phone off, no apps, no checking what everyone else is doing, just you and your work. The thing you keep saying you'll build it, in silence. 90 days of this, 0 posts, 0 updates, 0 check-ins with my journey. Just progress. And here's what happens. Your competition burns out seeking validation. They need likes to keep going. You don't. You're building something real. When you finally show results, they'll call it overnight success. They miss the 90 days in darkness. Let them. The most dangerous people are the ones nobody's watching, because they're not performing. They're preparing. But working in private only works if you're doing hard work. And most people avoid hard work because they misunderstand what it's for. Truth 2. Discomfort is the price of growth. Your anxiety isn't a disorder. It's your potential screaming at your comfort. Here's what Musashi did after becoming undefeated. He trained harder. Most warriors would celebrate, get comfortable, enjoy the fame. Musashi did the opposite. He went back to the mountains, back to hard ground, Back to brutal training. People thought he was insane. You already won. Why keep suffering? Because he understood something they didn't. Comfort is the slowest form of death. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't warn you. It just quietly kills your potential. Every day you choose comfort, you're choosing to stay small. Not because comfort is evil, because comfort is invisible. You don't notice yourself getting softer. Small choices compound. Hit snooze once, then twice. Then you're the person who can't wake up early. Order food instead of cooking once, then twice. Then you're the person who can't feed themselves. Skip one workout, then two. Then you're the person who doesn't train. These aren't individual choices. They're votes for who you become. Musashi voted differently. He chose the harder path deliberately, not randomly, strategically. He knew something critical. If your daily life is hard, real challenges feel easy. Think about modern life. Everything's designed for comfort. Climate control, food delivery, entertainment on demand. You never have to struggle. Then real adversity hits. A deadline, a conflict, a setback, and you break because you've never practiced being uncomfortable. Musashi never stopped practicing discomfort. So when real fights came, they felt normal. His opponents panicked. He stayed calm. Same principle applies now. One hard thing before breakfast, every single day. Not punishment, training, cold shower, early wake up, difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Create something instead of consuming content. Pick your discomfort deliberately, because if you don't choose it, life chooses it for you. And life doesn't care about timing. Here's the shift. Stop seeing discomfort as something to avoid. Start seeing it as the price of admission. You want a better body? The price is uncomfortable workouts. You want a better career? The price is uncomfortable conversations. You want a better life? The price is uncomfortable choices. Most people see the price and walk away. They want the result without paying. Doesn't work that way. Musashi paid the price daily for 30 years. Not because he loved suffering, because he loved who suffering turned him into. But here's where people mess this up. They think being uncomfortable is enough. It's not. You need to be uncomfortable while doing something useful. Truth 3. Usefulness beats likability. The world doesn't reward kindness. It rewards usefulness. This is the truth nobody wants to hear. But Musashi's life proves it. His opponents were liked. They had big reputations. Students loved them. Other samurai respected them. They were polite, proper, played by the rules. They're all dead. Musashi was an outsider, rude, disrespectful, showed up late to duels, broke every social rule. He lived. Because when swords are drawn, being liked doesn't matter. Being skilled does. Now translate this to your life. You're trying to be liked, staying quiet in meetings so nobody's offended, not sharing your real opinion because someone might disagree, playing it safe so everyone thinks you're nice. And it's costing you everything. Because while you're being likable, someone else is being useful. They're solving the problem you were too polite to mention. They're building the thing you were too afraid to start. They're taking the opportunity you were too nice to claim. Different outcomes. Here's what most people miss. Usefulness is the highest form of respect. When you're useful, people need you. When people need you, they respect you. Respect lasts. Likability doesn't. Think about your own life. Who do you actually respect? The person who's always nice and never helps? Or the person who tells hard truths and solves real problems? You already know the answer. Musashi wasn't trying to be liked. He was trying to be undeniable. There's a massive difference. Being liked means pleasing everyone. Being undeniable means being too skilled to ignore. One makes you popular. One makes you valuable. Your resume doesn't list how nice you are. It lists what problems you solved. Your legacy isn't how many people liked you. It's what you built. Nobody remembers the samurai who were polite. Everyone remembers Musashi who was effective. But here's where people twist this. They think useful means being cold, mean, harsh, wrong. Useful means solving problems that matter, being the person others call when things are broken, building skills people actually need. The shift sounds simple. Stop asking, do they like me? Start asking, can I help them? One makes you people please. One makes you valuable. Here's what this looks like practically. In meetings, speak up. Say the thing everyone's thinking but nobody's saying. You'll make some people uncomfortable. You'll also solve problems faster. In your work, build things people need, not things that look impressive, not things that get likes, things that solve real problems. In your relationships, tell the truth, not harsh truth, useful truth. The feedback people need but don't want to hear. Will everyone like you? No. Will the right people respect you? Yes. And here's the paradox Musashi discovered. When you stop trying to be liked, you become the type of person worth respecting. He stopped caring about reputation. His reputation became legendary. He stopped seeking approval. He became approved of. He stopped trying to fit in. He became unforgettable. This is the final piece. Private work, strategic discomfort, radical usefulness. Put them together and something changes. You're no longer playing their game. You're building your own. But here's what nobody tells you about this path. It's not just about the end point. It's about what happens along the way. And that's where most people quit, because the journey looks nothing like they expected. Let me show you what it actually looks like. The 30-day system. Everyone wants warrior results. Nobody wants warrior training. Musashi didn't wait for motivation. Same routine daily, not when inspired, because it was required. Here's your 30 days. Week 1, silence. Pick one project you keep delaying. Work on it first hour every morning. Phone off, tell nobody, post nothing. This breaks your validation addiction. Week 2, discomfort. Add one hard choice daily. Cold water, early wake, difficult conversation. Create instead of consume. This resets your comfort baseline. Week 3, usefulness. Every task you do, ask one question. What problem does this solve? If your work doesn't answer that, change the work. Build things people need, not things that look good. Week 4, assessment. 28 days of work nobody saw, 28 hard choices made. Something useful built. One question. Can you do 30 more? Most people can't. They need applause to continue. They need likes to stay motivated. They need validation to keep going. You don't, because you're building something real. Here's the timeline nobody shares. First 6 months, you're invisible. Perfect. No pressure. No audience watching you struggle. Months 6 to 12, people start noticing. Don't break silence yet. Keep building. Year 2, you can't hide anymore. Results speak louder than you ever could. Year 5, they call it overnight success. They miss the 5 years in darkness. But here's what happens during those years that nobody warns you about. Success feels empty when you climb the wrong mountain. After Musashi killed Kojiro, he felt nothing. Biggest victory of his life. Hundreds watching. Name secured in history. Empty. Because he realized something. The goal was never the point. Who he became was. This will happen to you. You'll hit the milestone, get the result, reach the target, and you'll feel nothing. Not because success is meaningless, because external achievement never fills internal voids. Musashi's solution, he disappeared. Redefined success as mastery, not victory. Painted, wrote, sculpted, things nobody asked for, nobody paid for, created for creation's sake. That's the freedom you're working toward, not the applause. The ability to build because you must, not because anyone's watching. Money, followers, titles won't complete you. They're mile markers, not destinations. The real work is becoming someone you respect. Everything else is noise. So here's your choice. 2 paths in front of you. Path A, keep waiting for support, for the right time, for perfect conditions, for someone to believe in you first. The waiting room stays full. Path B, Musashi's path. Stop waiting. Work in private. Choose discomfort. Build usefulness. Nobody's permission required. Tomorrow morning, first hour, no phone. Work on your thing, tell nobody. Repeat, not sexy, not viral, just effective. Musashi died alone in a cave at 60, writing a book nobody asked for. No publisher, no guarantee anyone would read it. 400 years later, millions read his words. Not because he marketed them, because they were true. Nobody cares, work harder. Not because it's sad, because it's freedom. And if you want to learn even more about Musashi, this next video is perfect for you.